Well, I ended, this is a new vlog, and I know this is going to be way after Valentine's Day for you all, but the vlog last week was long, so I ended it on Thursday, and then my dad brought us some chocolates. This is on for Friday for Valentine's Day, so I know you're going to be seeing it a week late, but I figured you'd want to see what these look like. This is the Russell Stover. This is all milk, and this is the caramel. And so I'm curious. Oh, okay. So it says you get 3 different kinds in here. Package contains 13 pieces. It doesn't say, let's see if it says in here what you get. Yep. Ooh, yum. It looks delicious. Okay, so those are the milk chocolates.
Those look the best right there.
Oh, you think? See, I think
chunky.
this looks the best because that looks like toffee.
Toffee, yeah.
Yeah, so that's thin. Yeah, that looks really good to me.
They probably will be toffee.
Let's see.
Nope. No. Well, yeah, it's toffee. Is it like a cookie?
It's like one of those peanut butter logs.
Yeah.
You know those that I'm talking about?
This one looks good to me. Looks like it's got coconut.
Okay. This is the caramel. Oh, that looks good.
It was good.
Okay. So caramel. It shows 2 different kinds here. Okay, so you're probably, I don't know what the difference would be. Why am I showing you all the stuff on the couch and in the floor? Well, this is all the stuff that was in Ashley's car. Most of it was, some of it was things like to keep in your car in case of an emergency and stuff like that. But a lot of this goes into school, and she just hadn't taken it in school. But she took everything out of her car because she was going to get a new car. So when you're going to get rid of one car and you're going to get another one, you take every single thing out that you can to clean it up. So I am going to finish the story back in front of the computer, but the reason I'm starting off showing you this stuff is to show you how serious she was about getting rid of her car. Well, if you watched last week's vlog, you'll realize I'm in the same clothes as I was when I ended that vlog from last week, and that's because usually when I end one, I'll start up a new one and tell you what's going on currently. So I just showed you all that stuff. At the end of last week's vlog, I hinted that Ashley might be getting a new car. So, or new to her car. And so you saw all that stuff in the living room floor. And Ashley came home, and guess what? She didn't get another car. She is so disgusted with the people that she's met recently at the car lots that, frankly, she's just done. She has had it. And I don't blame her. She and Kevin went to a car lot locally last week. And she said, when I walked through the door, she said, I saw the man's eyes. She said, he looked me up and down. She said, he looked at me from the top of my head all the way slowly down to all the way down to my feet and then back up again. And she said, and Dad was with me. And he didn't know that that's her dad. That could have been her boyfriend, could have been her husband, could have been anybody. But for her, that was like really gross and disgusting. Because nobody wants to walk in someplace and feel like a piece of meat. So then today, so she was like, well, I'm not going back in there again because nobody wants to feel like that. And so she went in a new place today in a different county, a place that she had never been before. And it was a man, she said he was like 65, I think, 64, 65, because he actually told her his age. But he made her feel very uncomfortable. He wanted to know, do you have a boyfriend? Well, do you still live at home? Well, I guess that's not good for your privacy. And then he winked at her.
Gross.
And I know, it is disgusting. It is gross and disgusting. He was meaning, you know, because if she was getting up to anything, she wouldn't be able to in our house because she's living at home. And what else did he say to her?
Something about he brought barbecue for lunch and she wanted some of it.
Yeah, he wanted to share his lunch, and then he wanted to talk about.
And he's old enough to be her grandpa.
Yeah, he wanted to talk about. He wanted to know, does she have any kids or something? And she said no. Do you have? You know, she was trying to be polite. Do you have any kids? And he's like, yeah, 3. And I mean, it just. And that's fine to talk about your kids and everything. That wasn't a big deal. But everything was just, it makes a woman feel uncomfortable. If you are a salesman and you work at one of these car dealerships, or anywhere for that matter, no woman wants to be looked at like that. No woman wants to be treated like that or talked to like that. You don't want to flirt. You know, she's in there, she's wanting to make a business transaction. She knew the cars that she wanted to look at. She had them on her phone. And so it's like, why is there all this rigmarole every time you go to a used car lot anyway? Why do they have to get up and go check on this and go check on that and leave her sitting there? Because let me tell you what, they're making a mistake when they do that. Because when they leave somebody sitting there like that for a long time, it makes you want to get up and leave. Because nobody wants, you know, if you would just tell people what you're doing, or stay there and be on, if you need to be on your computer and look something up right there. But don't leave people sitting in the room for 15 minutes at a time, because it's absolutely ridiculous and nobody wants to do it. But the bottom line is, my message to these men at these dealerships is, they seem to want to, they think that they need to say certain things, or that they need to flirt, or, you know, they're willing to say anything just to because they think that's what you want to hear, and it's not. No woman wants to feel like that. No woman wants to do that. So bottom line is, she came home and she said, you know what, I'm just going to keep my car for a while. She said, I'm going to keep my car. She said the only other major thing that can go wrong with it, because everything else has gone wrong, the only other major thing that can go wrong with it is the transmission. And I told you last week, if you watched the vlog last week, that her window would go down, but then it took like 10 minutes for it to go back up. Well, that's just like a $300 fix. So if she wants to get that fixed, she can pay $300 for that. But she said, I really, really like my car. She said, it's big. I just like it, and I don't want to get rid of it. And she said, I think I'm just going to keep it and deal with it. And she said, because the only other thing that can go wrong is the transmission. So I just wanted to tell you all that honestly, if she hadn't have had the experiences that she's had with these men, that she probably would have gotten her another car. She probably could have had something. And, you know, nobody wants to deal with stuff like that. So she's just going to keep what she has for now. But I wanted to let you all know. So for Valentine's Day, I made Kevin and I a very heart-healthy meal of pork chops and fried potatoes with onion. And I know, I don't like mashed potatoes, I don't like baked potato, but I do like fried potato. It's because it's so crispy and it doesn't have that mushy texture on the inside. So anyway, this is one of the few things that I use ketchup on, is fried potatoes, so I will be using ketchup with these. Malcolm sent me these playing cards, Alice pack of cards, and I'm just now opening them. And I was looking through the cards, and I wanted to show you the artwork on these, because there are a lot more unique designs than I thought there would be. I thought they would be a lot of the same pictures, and they're not at all. So on this side, they do all have the Cheshire Cat and the White Rabbit and Alice.
They'd all have to be the same on the back.
Right. They all have to be, yes, they all have to be the same on the back. So, but the artwork on the front, so that one says we're all mad here, but just look at these pictures. If you're seeing some of these characters and you don't recognize them, it's because they are not from Disney's Alice in Wonderland. These are actually from the Lewis Carroll book, and there are characters in that book that you never hear about or that appear in Disney's version. Although I do love Disney's version, the book is just a lot more in depth. So
both Jokers the same?
So this is, I didn't.
Okay, I thought maybe there was one before.
So I hadn't looked through all of them yet. Every single card is different. Every single card has a different design. So it says, based on characters from Lewis Carroll's classic story, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and with the original illustrations by John Tennell. This pack contains 52 playing cards plus a joker, and there is also a card with suggestions for games you can play. It's www.macmillanalice.com if you're interested in these. So they have a game called Where's the Joker? And they have a game called I Can't Believe That. And then they also have one called Tweedledee and Tweedledum. But I just wanted to show those to you because, you know, they might sell these on Amazon. I don't know. This is what the box looks like. But those are really, really nice.
Yeah, it only comes with one joker. That's weird.
Yeah, it comes with one joker.
We play with have two.
Have two jokers. Yeah, we always play with two jokers. But yeah, this is very, very nice. And some of these characters I recognize from like the game American McGee's Alice. So some of the characters in American McGee are based off the book, and they're not based off Disney. Disney's completely different. But anyway, I just think they have beautiful artwork on them. We are getting a Five Below in Hamburg. This is where the Dress Barn was. It's next to Big Lots, and so if you have never been to Five Below, some people will not like it. It's like a Dollar Tree. It reminds me of a Dollar Tree. But they just have a bunch of different like novelty items, I think. And so anyway, it's interesting that we're getting one on this side of town. We went to Culvers. We've come to Lexington, and yes,
if we're eating out, we're going to Culvers.
Yeah, we went to Culvers, and Kevin got, what did you get? A deluxe burger, and I got a crispy chicken sandwich. They have regular and they have buffalo. I like just the regular. Do you want me to go ahead and give you your burger, or do you want to wait?
Let me give it.
You want me to give it to you?
I got a cheater.
Somebody said,
I cheat.
I know, Kevin has a tray. Kevin, a couple weeks ago, he bought some coffee, and it was Seattle's best.
Breakfast in the house, I think.
That's a big sandwich, and that's just a single. So somebody was asking you whether you liked it, period, because he had been buying the Tim Hortons for years, and it was getting to the point where it was making his stomach hurt. It was
like nauseous.
But I mean, Tim Hortons is some very strong coffee.
Thank you. There's no telling what restaurant napkins you'll pull out of here.
So, what did you think of Tim Hortons compared to Seattle's best?
Tim Hortons is definitely a stronger coffee. I mean, stronger flavored, stronger, like more bitter and everything. The Seattle's best is good coffee. Their breakfast blend is very, very light, so it wasn't strong enough. But their house blend is really good. So that's why I bought another box of house blend today. But the breakfast was okay. It had a good flavor to it. It just wasn't very strong.
So and you bought more today, didn't you?
That's what I said.
Oh,
I bought more of the house blend today.
Of the house blend. Last night we watched, was it called Miss Americana?
Yeah.
On Netflix. It was about Taylor Swift. And she's so young that I think they'll definitely end up making another one of these movies about her because...
She's 30?
Yeah,
Almost 30?
She's like 30 years old. And I mean, her life's just beginning, you know? But it was really good.
It makes you think about her in a different way. About how hard she's worked and stuff.
Yeah, she really has worked hard. But she's had like Personality Plus since she was a little kid. Getting out there on stage at age 12 and, hi, I'm Taylor. And yeah, it was really good. So if you like movies like Truth or Dare with Madonna or the one with Lady Gaga, I watched one that Kevin hasn't. I'm gonna have to get him to watch it. It was on Coldplay and it was really good.
I like Coldplay.
Yeah, it was really good to watch. And
if you like those kind of movies.
yeah, it talked about her politics a little bit.
A little bit.
What else did we watch? Did we watch something before that? We watched something before that, but I don't. What are you looking at?
Oh, somebody walking their dog in front of us. I was wondering. All I could see was the dog. I couldn't see the guy.
Oh, that up here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All I saw was something moving through the bushes. Like, what the hell is that? It's big. Whatever it was. I didn't see the guy because he's blocked by my mirror.
It's a man walking his dog.
Kind of freaky. I was like, what the hell is that?
What did we watch before the Taylor Swift?
Did we watch a movie?
Grantchester. Grantchester. And because I totally meant to send Dr. J a message and I forgot. Because Grantchester, it's, at least this episode, it was supposed to be in Cambridge in the United Kingdom. And I wanted to ask Dr. J, have you ever seen them filming for Grantchester? But it would be interesting to know, like, from like Jennifer, Nathan, and Mike, who live in the United Kingdom, have they ever seen them filming in Oxford for Endeavour? And because Endeavour is supposed to be in Oxford. Because I'm sure they block off the streets, but I would think
they have to because it's so busy.
It's very busy with tourists. So that's what I'm wondering, if anybody's ever seen them.
It's probably
filming.
when school's out, when college is like out, that's when they're filming. But then that's the biggest part of the tourist season is during the summer, you would think. So.
And I'm wondering, do they get out really, really early so that they don't block off a lot of the streets and stuff? So today we've been to.
I'm feeling better, by the way.
Kevin's feeling better. His nose is still sore, but he's feeling
Not
better.
100%, but I'm better.
We've been to the Fresh Market. We've been to Home Goods, the Fresh Market, Walgreens. Ew.
Twice.
Something's in your glove compartment. Yuck. I want some salt. Yeah.
Well, just the outside that was sticky.
It had gone through.
It was probably ketchup.
Walgreens, World Market, Big Lots, Target, and next we're going in Meijer. So see, Culvers.
And Walgreens again.
And yeah, we went to Walgreens. I'm looking for some Pringles. They're called rotisserie chicken Pringles. And we're just now getting the Reuben ones in our area. So we don't have the rotisserie chicken. But Culvers is right next to Meijer, and we're going to go in Meijer next. And then we're going to be going to Aldi. And we might stop at Walmart on the way home. We'll just see.
Council won't be home.
Yeah.
World Market was kind of disappointing.
World Market hadn't gotten any of their Easter stuff out at all.
They didn't have any holiday stuff.
No. So it was like...
The whole middle of the store was like empty. Almost.
So we've been in there during Halloween. I think did they open right after Halloween? I think it was right after Halloween. But we're used to it being like full of like Christmas stuff and all that in the middle. And they didn't have any of that. So we'll probably have to go back in about a week and see if they have their Easter stuff out. But Meijer might have some Easter stuff out. Oh, we went to Party City. Well, we went in Party City too. They have like, if you want balloons, like helium balloons.
Party balloons.
Oh, they have a ton in there.
I'll tell you what though, don't buy candy in there.
No.
I mean dag.
Because it is expensive. We bought something in Big Lots that was $5 in Big Lots, and it was what?
$7.
$7 in Party City. So if I had bought it in there, we would have paid two additional dollars for it, and then we bought it in Big Lots.
Which doesn't sound like much.
But $2, and if it's that way on each item you're buying,
and if you're buying enough for a party, you're buying a lot.
Then that's gonna, yeah. So I think that's why the Dollar Tree gives them a run for their money, because the Dollar Tree.
You can't beat the Dollar Tree for stuff like that.
No, you really can't. So we just left Meijer, and I wanted to tell you all about this before I forget. They have, when we went through the checkout and beyond the checkout, they had a cooler sitting there, and it looks like
deep freeze.
Yeah, it looks like a deep freeze, but it's small. It's just like if you had a square deep freeze, not one of the big ones, but just not the rectangular ones, but the square ones. That's what size it was. It was just a regular size freezer, and they sell dry ice. So you open it up.
It wasn't that much either. It's like,
No.
what, $3.50?
No, it wasn't even that much. It was like
$2.50?
$2.35,
Yeah, something.
and you open it up just like you do a freezer, and I guess you have to wear a pair of gloves to get it out. But they sell dry ice. So for Kevin and I, this is perfect to know. Well, or for somebody coming out of town that's going shopping at Meijer, if you don't have a Meijer in your area, or you need dry ice for anything, that is so nice to know that you can go in there and they sell it. Because you know, Kevin and I went to Jungle Gyms, and I'll definitely want to go to Jungle Gyms again. It was so much fun. I just absolutely, you can't see, I always hold the camera up in front of the mirror. I absolutely love going in there and shopping. It's just so much fun because there's so many things to look at, and it's absolutely huge. But anyway, it's nice to know that they have that dry ice.
I think Jungle Gyms should sell dry ice. They're crazy for not selling it.
And you know what? They might have had, I mean,
don't remember seeing
I think that's something that you could easily overlook with everything.
I mean, they sell fresh fish and all kinds of stuff.
And they truly, they could have had one of those coolers, and you wouldn't have even paid attention to it.
I would promote that big time.
Yeah, because then if we knew that they had them there, well, then we would just wait till we got there, and you would buy your dry ice there. But I think it's a terrific idea. So if any of you all in the area are looking for dry ice, or if you have a Meijer, then look in the front of your Meijer.
It was right next to the ice machine.
Yeah, because I think that's awesome that they sell that. Hopefully you can see me okay, because I haven't adjusted. Here, I can scoot back. My dad gave me some things. He had a curio cabinet in his house that he sold, and I guess he's just cleaning out in general. So he gave me some things, and I haven't looked through any of it, and so I thought it would be fun if we could look through it together. So the first thing he gave me was this picture. And he has given me, I know it probably has a glare, he has given me some pictures in the past, and unfortunately they're up in the attic right now. But the reason they're up in the attic is because several of them I want in this room. And when we redo a room, the next thing Kevin and I are getting done is the gutters. And we've already contacted the company. We already got an estimate. Whenever they come and do the gutters, I'll let you know how much it cost and all that, because I know you're probably curious. But the thing about it is our price will probably be different than other people, because they don't have to redo all the gutters. Kevin said they have to. I think they have to do the majority of them, but just not all of them. But I'll let you know what the final cost is. But there's always a little give with those too, because if they have to replace wood or anything like that, then it's going to be different pricing. But I can give you, I can tell you how much it cost us, so you'll know. Anyway, why was I saying all that? Because I had thought that we were going to save up our money, and there's a room that I've talked about over the kitchen that we opened it up, and Kevin put in a floor, and we have the heat and air in there now. And I had really thought we were going to work on that next. And the more I'm in this room, the more I realize I don't want to go one more Christmas with it this way. And it's fine. but the wallpaper has been on the walls for a very, very, very long time. Nothing has been changed in here since we moved in. When we bought the house from my dad, he left a picture on the wall. It still is there. He left a tapestry on the wall. It still is there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there is a W on the back of that door that it's the initial of his last name, because we can't get it off or we'll ruin it. So when we redo this room, I'll probably get a new front door as well. The curtains that are in this room are curtains that he left in here. I mean, so truly to goodness, we have done nothing in this room, and we've lived here. It'll be 8 years that Kevin and I have lived in this house. So it is time to do it. And of course, I'll film it all and all that, and it won't be anytime soon. I'm thinking we might try to get into it this summer. But anyway, so why was I telling you? Because there's a reason. Because there's pictures that he has given me that I love, but they're up in the attic. So he gave me the picture I just showed you after all that talking, and he gave me this picture. But then all the rest of this stuff is just miscellaneous stuff that so like this is a charger, which is, if you don't know, when you have like dinners in the dining room, you put your plate on top of this plate. This is just the fancy plate underneath. You don't actually eat off of it. Although this is pretty, and if this is the only one he gave me, then I probably will put this up for Christmas, because you could use this to put like little appetizers or something like that on, because all of mine match, and if I don't have like 8 of these, it won't do me any good. But that is a very pretty plate for like appetizers. And then he gave me these. These are huge. These are huge plates, and they're like plastic. They're Better Homes and Gardens, which I think Walmart sells Better Homes and Gardens. It says dishwasher safe if you can fit them in there. And it says do not use a microwave. You could not fit that in a microwave. I don't think anybody has a microwave oven that big that would fit that. I mean, you could put a Thanksgiving turkey on those plates. So anyway, so he gave me those. And then he gave me just truly some miscellaneous things. This, he said, is depression glass, and it is it's a pink. I don't know if it's going to show up because this room is yellow, and the globes in this light are yellow tinted, and that's one of the things I want to change out. Even though this light fixture, I think, cost them like $1,200 when they bought it. I want to replace it because the globes are yellow, and they cast a yellow tint to everything. But this is a pink depression glass. And then this, hold on, I gotta be careful. I don't know what all is in here. Okay, so this is like blown glass. You probably can't see that at all because it is clear. That is completely clear. It's like a swan. And if I had to guess where they got that, I would think that they got this somewhere where you go, like, you visit someplace and you buy something to take home where you watch the glass blowing, because I don't see any kind of a name on it at all. Okay, so then he said this was depression glass, and that's a very pretty bowl. That's just like, that's like a fruit bowl that you would set on the table. And this says Cloverleaf 6 traditional coasters for living and giving. Cloverleaf, made in the United Kingdom. Cloverleaf in Swindon, England. So let's see what these look like. Oh, he's had these for years. These are really nice. I will actually set these out. I like those. They're of The Hunt. If you've ever heard The Hunt. Yeah, I like those a lot. So, and I don't think he ever used those, but I will actually set those out. Then it looks like these are placemats, and they have never even been used. They have the paper on the back, the sticker that comes right off. It's Better Homes and Gardens. So there is an orange leaf, there is a red one, a brown one, and a green one. But he has a ton of them here. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that is enough for our dining room table. I mean, my goodness, that's a lot. I'm wondering if he didn't have, my dad is a very craftsy person. He can build things and he can paint. He's very artistic. And so it makes me wonder if he had something in mind for those and then he ended up getting something else, because that happens a lot. I don't know, but I like them. This is depression glass, and this is beautiful. I love this. And I don't know what the intent was of this shape, but I love it. I mean, you could definitely put butter on it, but I don't think that was the intent. I don't know what you would have, or bread, maybe a small loaf of bread. I don't know. I don't know what you would put in that, but I think that's beautiful. Okay. What is this for? Is this for mashed potatoes? Now see, if Kevin was in here, Kevin would know what this was for. I'm assuming that, I bet that's for mashed potatoes. I don't know. Somebody's gonna know what that's for. Okay, so he gave me that. And then this, I've seen this before. What is this for? Once again, Kevin would know. Okay, it's to grasp. It has like little pinchers on the end, and then you move this down and it closes. I've seen that before, but I don't know what that is either. There was a show that we watched in the United Kingdom, and they used to do it on like one of their morning shows where they would say, "What is this? What is this for?" And then they would have to guess, what does it do? So I don't know what that's for. You'll have to tell me. This will come in very handy. We have one of these right now. Ashley uses it all the time. It's one of her favorite tools. She loves it. And then we have this. He gave me this spatula. Fine with me. The more spatulas, the better. This looks like it probably went to a mixer that he had, and maybe he didn't use it. But I tell you what, we have one of these in our drawer all the time, and I don't even know if we have the right mixer that it goes with. It doesn't matter. If you need to whisk something, you still can use these. It doesn't matter that it has that on the end. So I mean, if somebody's selling this in the yard sale for 50 cents and you need a whisk, go ahead and get it, because it works the same, you know. Okay, then he gave me this, just a little scraper, another spatula. Okay, I don't know what these are, and there's 3 of them. A Special Place is the name of the people who made it. Made in China, 2003. Not dishwasher safe and hand wash only. I have no idea what this is for, and there's 3 of them. There is a yellow one, a green one, and a maroon one. What in the world is that for? It's too shallow to put. You couldn't put crackers in I mean, you could put crackers, but you would have to set them funny. What in the world would you put in there? I don't know. I have no idea what this is for. So I will be curious what you all have to say. Those are. No idea. Okay, and then he gave me a candlestick, which is pretty. I can always use that. And then he gave me some more pictures. So we have this picture and this one. These two. And they are from Kirkland's. They got them at Kirkland's. So I'd say he got those when Mom was alive. And then I'm saving this for last. This is full of things that I'm about to die that he even gave me, because I have seen things in here that I love. Now, I'm not Catholic. I've never been Catholic, but I have on my bookshelf in the other room, I have 3 little nuns, and it's one piece, but they're breakable, and it's 3 nuns, and I have them sitting on my bookshelf. And I love them. I found them at an antique store and called Feather Your Nest. It's in Lexington. I think I showed Feather Your Nest during a vlog one time. But I love them. I love just the little nun whatnots. So he has given me a bunch of these nun whatnots. Kay's collection is what it looks like. Okay, so I have her. And if you've ever seen like the bells of St. Mary's, that's what this reminds me of. It's like the bells of St. Mary's. And when I finish the video, I'll set these down and I'll get closer to them so that you can see them up close, because they're really pretty. Okay, and then we have this horse, which is nice. I don't know that it has anything. I don't see a name on there, but that's nice. And then, I don't want it to fall over. I have no idea. This was on the bottom of something. I'll have to find out what that was on the bottom of. We have a fox. And then here are 3 nuns, and this is a music box. Chadwick, CMI Inc., Chadwick, Japan. I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what that is. If anyone knows, you can tell me. But I love this. Love it. Of course, it's going to be playing now in the background. This reminds me of A Sound of Music because she's playing the instrument. And this is also a music box. I have no idea. Okay. I love her. And then we have this cow. It's called Cow Parade. It says item number 9193, more than just meat. 2001 Cow Parade. And it says all kinds of things on it. Lemons and limes, watermelon, broccoli, golden apple. So it's letting you know that eat more than cow. Okay, and then we have there's some little boys. I've never had any of the little boys. These are so cute. Yeah, see, I'm gonna have to get close up to these with the camera for you all to be able to really see them. Love these. I will appreciate these so much. They're made in Japan. But those, I love those. We have another nun. I love her. I love that she's wearing white. Fryer, is that what my battery's blinking too. Okay, we have another music box. And I won't turn this one on yet because the other one still is going. But it has like a lever on the side where you turn it, where you can turn it off. See, the other ones that I wound up, I can't turn it off. And she's still going around in circles. My dad had this forever. I'm surprised he's even getting rid of this. It says pocket change on it, and it's just a brass little thing. But I can remember him putting his little bits and bobs in there. He had that forever. And then this, I've never seen this before. That looks very, very old. But I will set that on the bookshelf in there. I love that. I've never had anything like that. Let's see. He has a towel in here to try to keep it. My battery is blinking, so if it goes off, I'll turn it back on. I'll replace it. So we have some more of these. She's playing like tennis or something. She has a tennis racket in her hand. Then she, I think, is singing. And then this one has, I guess maybe that's for a plant. I don't know. There's a space in the back. Yeah, there's a space in the back, but I really like that. And then, okay, I bet this is what this went to. Yeah, it says My Rosary on it. So you keep your rosary in there. Isn't that neat? You keep your rosary in there. I love that. And then these are Kellogg's cornflakes, Kellogg's Rice Krispies. I don't remember where they got these. Mom and Dad. My mom got these. So you have two glass cups, and then you have a big pitcher. And they go together. Here is another. I was going to say, I swear these are salt and pepper shakers. That's exactly what they are. These are little salt and pepper shakers. I can't wait for you all to see these up close. They're hilarious. Okay, and then this says the Lord's Prayer in Florida on it. And then there's only a couple more things left if my battery will make it. I remember these have been around definitely since my mom. She used to keep these on the mantle in the den. So she had this. And then she had this. And then she used to keep this on the coffee table. So it's like a big ashtray, but it's not that they used it, they just kept it, even though Dad smoked back then, but they kept it for decoration. And then this says Nashville. It's a little cup that says Nashville on it. And then the last thing, it's another, like the one I just showed you, a hen, except it's in that pink color. So that is it. But I mean, that's a lot of treasures, I think. I'm very, very grateful for all this stuff. So, like I said, I'll show you close up how they look so that you can really appreciate it. I don't know how many of you watched the video where we reviewed the Girl Scout cookies, but I did two videos where we reviewed Girl Scout cookies, and my question to everybody was, how much are these cookies in your area? So like, tell me what state you live in and tell me how much the cookies are. Well, a lot of people just told me the price of the cookies, so I didn't get a good grasp on the states, but I did not have anyone answer that they were only $4 in their state. But I didn't get anybody, I noticed I remember specifically some states, but I don't remember anybody saying like Tennessee, like if you're in Tennessee, how much are your Girl Scout cookies? And then some more of the southern states, like Alabama or Mississippi, and you know, like how much are Girl Scout cookies there. So from what I'm gathering, Kentucky has the cheapest Girl Scout cookies there are, which is $4 a box. $4 a box for the regular, $5 for the gluten-free, which, hey, that's terrific. I'm very happy. It shocked me to find out that everybody else that commented, it's $5 and $6. So $5 for the regular box, $6 for a gluten-free. It's just absolutely shocking. You know, like Kevin and I said, it's a donation. So you have to think of it that way. Even so, I still think you should, you know, pick your favorite one. Even if you're not going to eat them yourself, you could. My favorite are the peanut butter sandwich cookies. I would, if I was going to give those away, I would definitely buy those for somebody else. I'd be like, here, you can have these. These are my favorite cookies. I wanted to give the money to the Girl Scouts. These are my favorite cookies. I want you to try them and see if they become your favorite cookies too. But anyway, so if anyone has any cookies that are $4 and you just didn't comment on those videos for some reason, comment under this video, because I think that's pretty awesome that Kentucky has the cheapest cookies. It's very surprising. And then I want to wish someone a happy birthday. I want to wish Stephanie a very, very happy birthday. Stephanie Whitaker, if you're watching this video, she let me know that she had been very, very sick. So she probably wouldn't be able to do anything fun on her birthday. So, except watch Netflix, which, hey, there's so much on Netflix. I have had so much fun letting my aunt know, giving my aunt recommendations. My aunt is just now getting Netflix. After all these years, she's just now getting it. And she said, please give me recommendations. She said, text them to me, and then I'm going to keep them on my phone. And when, you know, when I'm looking for something else to watch, I'll look at the text. And I've forgotten, because we've had Netflix for so long, that I've forgotten how many shows I've gone through on there. And you know, not everybody has the same taste. So I've had you all recommend shows to me that it's like, yeah, okay, not my thing, but I've watched a couple of episodes, but it's not my thing, so I don't stay with it. Or I've had you all recommend shows that I've absolutely loved and stuck with, and it's been the same way with her. So my sister and I are both giving her recommendations. Now we know that she likes true crime, so she likes documentaries and stuff like that, which, by the way, I have been watching a new one. I think it's called I Am a Killer. I'm gonna pull it up. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up Netflix because I want to make sure. Because let me just tell you, it's not a happy show. It's not one, yes, okay, that's what it's called. I Am a Killer. So each show, they're like an hour long a piece or something, and each show highlights a different person who has killed somebody. And every time they start out the show and they interview the person in jail. So like the last one I watched was this woman who killed her husband. And they do the interview with the person, and I always believe that person. I always believe every thing they're telling me. And I think, well, I believe her. I totally believe everything she's saying. And if this is true, what she's saying, then there's no way she should be in jail. And then they cut to the story of what actually happened. And it's like, oh, well, she left out all this stuff. She left out this and this and this. And she said this, and there's no way this is true. And if what she's trying to say, she tried to say that this is true, that this happened. But if this had really happened, then why didn't she mention it during her trial all those years ago? Because trust me, if this had happened, she would have mentioned it during the trial. So these people are very convincing is what I'm trying to say. It's not a happy show. It's actually kind of depressing that because you're hearing about these horrific things that these people did. So there's nothing happy about it. And I don't know why. Why in the world am I even watching this stuff? Because I've quit listening to all those podcasts, those murdery podcasts. I've quit listening to all those because I don't feel good about listening to them. It's just a personal thing with me. I'm not judging you all if you listen to them. That's fine. But it's just a personal thing with me. I've quit listening to them. So I don't know why I'm watching the show, but I am. It's just something to watch, you know. So, and I don't think there are that many episodes even. But it's just interesting is all that it is. But it's fun. It's been fun for me and my sister to give my aunt all these recommendations, and then she can dabble in these and see which one she likes and which one she doesn't. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I also watched one recently called The Pharmacist. And so when you watch the first few episodes of The Pharmacist, you think, okay, it's about this pharmacist and his son. You find this out immediately. His son was into drugs, and his son got killed. So you think that's what this whole show is going to be about, is them finding the murderer. Well, it turns into something completely different, and it's very, very interesting. So you might not even be interested in the part with the son, but if you keep watching, you might be interested in the rest of it. And it made me a nervous wreck to watch it, because I'm thinking, this pharmacist starts filming these people who are, this doctor who's doing something illegal. And it made me nervous watching it, because I'm thinking, he's going to get caught, he's going to get in trouble, he's going to get shot. You know, something bad is going to happen with this guy. And it brings up the fact that there's a lot of crooked people everywhere. It's just like The Last Full Measure. There was a lot of cover-ups going on, and it's just amazing the things, the shady things that are going on for one reason or another. And it's just a real shame that stuff like that goes on. But I really like The Pharmacist, and my aunt told me that she watched The Pharmacist. But there have been so many shows that I have been able to recommend to her. I have recommended she watch Mad Men, because I really like that. I've recommended Call the Midwife, Last Tango in Halifax. My sister and I both recommended The Stranger to her, and she did not like that. That was one of those, we liked it, she didn't like it, it's okay. I recommended Dr. Foster to her. She's watching one that I've never watched. She's watching Good Girls, which I've never watched Good Girls. The Staircase. I recommended she watch The Staircase. She liked it. I've recommended The Great British Bake Off, because Paul Hollywood, how can you not watch that? I've recommended Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. The Crown. I mean, there's just so many that we have watched in the past that I've completely forgotten. But like Broadchurch, I love Broadchurch, and I recommended Broadchurch to my sister, and she like binged watched it because it's so good. You can't help but do that. But now my aunt, I haven't recommended Broadchurch to her because I don't know if she would like it. Even though my sister and I loved it, I just don't know if she would like it. But anyway, if you all, my aunt watches the vlogs. If you have any recommendations, knowing that she likes a true crime type thing, leave recommendations for her below. Her name is Pat, Aunt Pat, P-A-T-T. And so if you have any that you want to recommend to her on Netflix, I know she'll read the comments and she'll appreciate it. Well, they had an interesting subject on the radio the other day, and I haven't brought this up to Kevin yet, so I wanted to bring it up to Kevin because I just thought it was interesting. They were asking.
She likes to surprise me in the car with these weird questions.
Well, this was on the Burt Show. This wasn't Bob and Sherry. Right. This was the Burt Show.
They come up with some weird stuff too.
So they were asking on the Burt Show, because a study was done. How many times do you use your bath towel before you put it in the dirty clothes?
Okay.
And then how many times should you actually use your towel before you put it in the dirty clothes?
So what were they all saying?
Bart was, he goes until it starts to get rank.
Oh, so he just keeps on going.
He keeps on going over and over and over and using them. And to be honest, when Kevin and I were first married, we used to do that too. We would use them over and over and over again because we just did. I don't know why. We just did. We didn't know any better. So now, if you think about it, I do laundry twice a week. I do laundry on Saturday and on Wednesday. So we go for like 4 days and then we go for 3 days. So the right amount of time though, how long do you think that is?
Probably after every use.
No.
No?
They said after 3 uses, they said you should wash it after 3 uses because it starts growing mold, and then you're actually rubbing mold on your body.
Right.
But what none of them brought up on the radio show was this. Kevin and I use the same towel.
Yeah.
So they're using, I'm assuming because they didn't say otherwise, I'm assuming each one of them has their very own towel that they're using for themselves.
But we're drying ourselves off one right after the other, so there's no more moisture or anything.
Exactly. That was going to be my point too. It's not like I take a shower and then hours later Kevin's getting it wet again. No, we're basically getting it wet one right after the other. So I take a shower, and when I get out, Kevin immediately gets in the shower, and then Kevin gets out. So it's as if one person used it, but then again, it is getting a little
wetter.
There's police stopping people up there on the bridge.
Wow, like 4 of them.
We have seen so many police cars pulling people over today that it is unreal. But I thought that was interesting about the towel, and I figured I would ask you all if you're brave enough to give an answer. There was one guy in there that said every single time.
Oh, really? That's
yes.
too much.
And then
so he literally takes his towel and uses it and puts it in the dirty clothes?
He probably doesn't do his own laundry.
Well, he may not do laundry. I mean, you'd have to do laundry every day because regardless of whether...
It's going to start stinking.
It's going to get wet and sit in there.
Yeah.
And we hang ours over the thing to let it dry.
Yeah, we hang it on a hook, and then...
I got to turn this corner.
And then Kevin hangs it on... he actually hangs it over the shower rod.
Yeah, so it'll dry.
Yeah. Then they were asking, do you keep a washcloth in the bathtub? Now, this wasn't a part of the study. This was just something that they started talking about. Curious. And we do not, none of us, me, Kevin, or Ashley, use a washcloth in the bathtub. And so they were saying the people that do, they all use it one and done. But now I use a washcloth when I get out. and I use one for makeup, and I use one every single night.
One for makeup too.
Yeah, she does. She uses one for makeup. So she does the same thing I do. We use our washcloth. We only use it one time and then put it in the dirty clothes.
But it's got makeup remover and crud on it.
Exactly. So there's no way you could.
But if you were washing your body in the shower,
yeah, they still do it one.
Would you just do it one time?
Yeah, they do it one, and then that's it. And this was weird. I thought this was totally bizarre.
I mean, they don't have washcloths in Europe. I mean, they don't even use them.
There were two guys on that show that were talking. Bert and then one other guy, but I don't know his name. Both of them said they have two washcloths, one for upper body and one for lower body. That's weird.
I don't even use a washcloth.
That is so strange. Yeah, we just take the bar of soap and we just scrub it right directly on your skin. We don't use a washcloth at all. I think that is the most bizarre thing I've ever heard of, to use a washcloth, one for your upper body and one for your lower body.
And then to wash it after one use.
Yeah, and then they were saying something.
I wonder why they would do. I mean, if you're saying maybe not wanting to do lower body and then wash your upper body, I can maybe understand.
Right?
That.
Why not just do your upper and then your lower every time?
That's weird.
Okay. Then they were saying something funny with the towel. They were saying, but if you're drying yourself off with the towel, then you're drying yourself off, and you don't want to use the same towel because you might be drying your butt off one time, and then you might grab it the next night and you might dry your face off. What difference does it make? If you just got out of the shower, you're clean. Who cares?
Or you hope so.
Yeah, who cares? If I'm drying, yeah, because I mean, like I said, Kevin and I do that for 3 days and 4 days with our towels. So if you're clean, then what difference does it make? I don't care at all. So anyway, I just thought that was a very interesting topic. You all leave me some good, funny comments, because I always appreciate them. I bought some toys for Easter for Gavin and Amelia. And somebody has realized that they're in this bag. And you can see he has it poking out. Yeah, look. He literally... Yeah, this is for them for Easter, not for him for Easter. Look, do you all remember, were you watching the vlog where he got the elf on the shelf? I bought the little mini ones at Target, and he dragged it out in the hallway. Yeah, I have a feeling that's what's going to happen to Peter Cottontail here too. Now those are just empty bags, so yeah. Now that he's gotten that out, I guess he's going to lay down. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. He loves a bag. More than anything, he loves a bag. I have a question that some of you all, you may think it's a stupid question, but it's a legitimate question. I found this Germex. It is a brand new bottle of Germex. It was in the back of my cleaning closet, but it was like way in the back. And I think I even remember putting it in the back of the closet because we bought a bunch of those little Bath and Body Works, these hand sanitizers, a bunch of the little ones like this that you keep in your purse. And so I bought a bunch of those, and I thought, oh, well, when we run out of those, I'll use this. Well, what happens is, every time I run out of those, because I've kept them under the sink. See, that was my mistake. I should have kept this under the sink. That way I would have seen it. So out of sight, out of mind. So I didn't realize it was in the closet. So every time I've run out of those, I go back to Bath and Body Works. And usually you buy like 5 for something. And so I forget this is back there. Question is, this expired. Don't laugh. I'm laughing at myself. This expired 10 of 2016. So, yeah. I realize that that's 4 years ago that it expired. But isn't it still good? I mean, it's hand sanitizer. won't it still be good won't it still kill 99.99% of germs even though it's 4 years later? It still has the same stuff in it, and I think it's probably still good. I mean, how long do these usually last? Do these have a date on them? The thing about some of these is they have dates that you can't read. Yeah, so like this has a date on it that you can't read. The number means nothing to me. Let me look at another one. They put them in code. Yeah, so like this one has a code on the bottom. So if you were to go to a website and look up that code or something like that, then sure, that would probably mean something. But they don't put a date on there because they don't want to have to worry about them in the store. So like the Germ-X has a date. So, Chapel, honey, you don't want to get under the sink. You don't want to get under the sink. Oh goodness, he weighs so much. So, what I'm going to do is I'll put this under the sink. Yes, I love you. And I'll wait to hear from you all what your opinion is. And if you all tell me it's okay to use it, I'm going to use it. I just want to make sure, I know it's okay. I know it's not going to kill me or anything to use it. I just want to make sure that it still is going to kill germs. But because that's the whole point of using it, is to kill germs, right? So I'm getting ready to clean, and so I'm pulling my hair up so I can clean the bathtub. So there we go. But that's my question.